Okay, this game came out about 7 years ago, and since then it has received, for the most part, like a polarizing reception among the online gaming community. While there's some people who, well, actually, almost everyone initially hated it following its launch back in 2016 because it was pretty much incomplete, and then Capcom was patching things up as time went by, and they started adding more characters, and the stories of each character started to become more developed, and you had DLC and all that stuff. Over time, it grew on a lot of people. A lot of people had nothing but good things to say about it. But at the same time, there are some people who feel that Street Fighter V is not. It was not much of a dramatic step forward in comparison to the Street Fighter 4 series. And I'm talking about, Super and Ultra and the original Street Fighter 4 game from '08. And I think the only real improvement in relation to Street Fighter V was the fact that you got actual story modes that was outside of the arcade mode. You had the main story, and you had individual character mini stories, which is something that I felt was a pretty nice touch. But as far as gameplay and all that is concerned, I mean, a lot of people kind of hate the mechanics, and I don't know, it doesn't feel like simplistic arcade gameplay compared to what we have last time. It's not quite as complex as anything you would see from King of Fighters or Guilty Gear or anything like that. But at the same time, I do feel that Capcom definitely made an attempt to make the gameplay mechanics in Street Fighter V more robust than previous entries. And despite what people have to say about Street Fighter V, I believe this is the best-selling installment in the entire series. I believe it reached at least 7 million in terms of sales since its release back in 2016. And keep in mind, this is across multiple gaming platforms. So that would be the PS4, the Xbox One, PC. I think it appeared on Nintendo Switch. I can't quite remember. I believe we eventually got the Champion Edition, which I think it came out on more recent generation game consoles. But yeah, I mean, Street Fighter V is a game that people are going to look back about a decade from now and be like, you know what, this game's a classic. And the ones who are saying bad things about it now, they'll probably look back at it and say, you know what, we were a little bit too hard on this game, but that's going to be in the future, and this is now. As far as whether or not Street Fighter V deserves its own anime, I think the story is definitely anime worthy. We've definitely got Street Fighter animes back in the 90s, and most of them were not that great. There was one that was actually good, the movie that came out back in, I want to say it was 94. The movie was pretty solid, but a lot of people feel like it could have been better, but it is what it is. And knowing that you have a lot of popular video game series pretty much having their own film and anime adaptations in this day and age, I think in this day and age, it'd be perfect for, I guess, Capcom to do something special in terms of television and film, because I feel like Street Fighter is a video game series that has transcended the gaming world in terms of popularity. And you look at Netflix, we got Castlevania, we got Tekken, and we got Sonic up there. You got the Mario movie that just came out in theaters this past month. I do feel like a film adaptation of Street Fighter V is something that would definitely turn a lot of heads, and it'd be very intriguing. But right now, everybody have their eyes on Street Fighter VI, which is supposed to be coming out this upcoming month on June 2nd, and it's probably one of the most anticipated games that Capcom is basically going to release in quite some time. And I'm more interested in seeing what the story for Street Fighter VI is going to be, and I'd probably prefer seeing a film adaptation of that after the game comes out. But we have no idea whether or not that's going to happen. But yeah, I do feel that I guess an anime adaptation of Street Fighter V on Netflix, or a film adaptation on one of the Street Fighter games in movie theaters would be awesome.